Here's India in the last 24 hours. In Gujarat, 7 people died and 40 others were injured when two buses collided on a highway near Surat, with one bus catching fire in the crash. In Tamil Nadu, BJP leader Annamalai has resigned from the party to launch his own political outfit. He believes his new secular party can fill the space left by the DMK and AIADMK among younger voters. 5 new judges took oath at the Supreme Court today, bringing the bench to 33 of its 34 sanctioned positions. In Jammu and Kashmir, 3 separate cloudbursts battered, unleashing flash floods and landslides across several districts including Kishtwar. The storm struck Gahan and Machipal particularly hard. In the ongoing US-Iran conflict, the RBI likely sold around $12 billion worth of gold in May to protect India's foreign exchange reserves as crude oil prices surged and the rupee weakened. The central bank is prioritizing readily available dollar assets to defend the currency and cushion the economy from Middle East disruptions. India and the US are negotiating the first phase of a trade deal, with talks focused on protecting Indian exporters from future US tariffs imposed under a mechanism called Section 301. India wants legal guarantees that any new tariffs won't undo the tariff cuts already promised in the agreement. India is launching a producer price index for the first time on Tuesday, a new inflation measure that tracks prices across both goods and services to give policymakers an earlier warning of price pressures building in the economy. The move aligns India with advanced economies like the US and Japan and sits alongside the existing wholesale price index. Investor Shankar Sharma says India faces a tough choice between protecting the rupee and supporting the stock market. He has flagged the challenge of balancing both priorities at once. Amid repeated exam paper leaks, Congress leader Shashi Tharoor says the government has failed to protect the integrity of national tests, calling it a betrayal of students who spent years preparing. He asked why other countries conduct fair exams while India's government-run tests keep facing corruption and irregularities.